How much is Australia work visa? How much is it going to cost you to get Australia work visa? This is a regular question from people, and today we are going to dive in, okay? When you ask me how much is Australia work visa, my first answer would be, like my response would be, which one? It's not news anymore that Australia has more than one work visa. So when you want to know the cost of Australia work visa, it is very important that you know which one I'm talking about. In this video today, we are going to talk about all the categories of Australia work visa and how much it will cost you. Okay? If this sounds like something you want to hear, please sit down and let's dig in. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Jane Kenny's Creation, where we keep it real. My name is Jane and I live in Australia. Welcome. Thank you, my subscribers. You guys rock. If you are new here, please do subscribe to my channel. Become a member of this beautiful family where we keep it real. We talk Australia, we talk migration, we talk lifestyle, we talk everything that will help you in your migration journey, in your Japa journey. Some people actually are beginning to say that Japa is different from migration. Or more, they are the same thing. They Japa, they go, they migrate, they go. Okay. All right. So this is my first video this year. I know some of you have missed me. I miss you guys so much. It took me a lot to come back and make this video because each time I want to make video, I'm like, okay. You know, when you haven't been on screen for like weeks. So you all know that I traveled to Nigeria and I came back. It was a beautiful experience. My family first time, like our kids first time going to Nigeria. It was a beautiful experience. And we thank God everything went well. And we all came back to Australia in peace. Drumbeat to God. We thank God for that. All right. So today I said, let me come and talk about this. How much? Because people are planning. They want to know how much they can save for them to shoot for Australia work visa. Okay. So when it comes to Australia work visa, there are so many of them. We're going to talk about them and their costs. The first one I want to talk about is Visa 482. 482 is an employer-sponsored visa. Do you know what? If you got a good employer, you will not pay anything. Like, it is for free. They will process it for you, they pay for you, and every other thing involved in the step. So you are good to go. However, if you do not have an employer that is willing to sponsor you, like pay, okay, so this is how much you pay. Visa 482 is temporary skill shortage visa. So it is employer sponsored. So you must find a job for you to apply for this visa. And most of the time, the employer sponsors you and covers all your costs. However, if they're not going to cover it, this is the cost. Okay, it has a short term, medium term, and the other stream. There are 3 streams. We'll show you now. Okay, so the main qualification here, requirement, is that you must have a job. You must have Australia employer. Okay, so the cost of this visa is 1,455 Australian dollars. 1,455 Australian dollars. So if you are going to sponsor yourself, this is what you pay. Like if you are going to pay for your visa, this is what you pay for. If your employer is going to do it, that's the best. Then if there is skill assessment involved, you pay for that as well. This cost is for short-term stream. Okay, for medium-term stream, which is up to 4 years, 4 to 5 years, the cost is higher, 3,035 Australian dollars. Okay, then we have a long-term stream labor agreement. The cost for the labor agreement stream is 3,035. You find out that the cost of short-term stream is lesser because you don't require to get more stay. So it's like 2 years stay and so on. Okay, and if you have skill assessment, you pay for it. Okay, that's it. The next one I want to talk about is Visa 168. Visa 168 is an employer nominated visa. It comes as a permanent resident and so on. Okay, so most of the time the employer do not sponsor. You gotta pay for it. However, there is skill assessment. So the first thing you do is to pay for your skill assessment. How do you know about your skill assessment? I've made a video about that. Find your assessing authority and find how much they are charging. It differs, so I can't tell you that this is the cost, but we're going to use an example at the end of this video to show you how much it will cost you. Okay, visa 168 is employer nominated visa and is a permanent residence, but it means that you must find a job in Australia. Australia employer must nominate you. That is the requirement. Australia employer must nominate you, which means you must find a job before you can apply for this visa. This visa has 3 streams. Stream 1 is for people that are coming straight from offshore to visa 168, which is a permanent resident. The second one is labor agreement, and the third one is direct people that are transitioning from temporary resident in Australia to permanent resident. Okay, however, the cost of the 3 streams are the same. It will cost you 4,640 Australian dollars to apply for this visa. Yes, that is the cost, but the main requirement is that you must find a job. Yep. Another visa we want to talk about is visa 190. There is 2 processes involved. You must do skill assessment and also the cost of the visa. Once you find the cost for your skill assessment, add it to the cost of your visa and you get the total amount you're going to spend. And this is how you do it. Visa 190 is a permanent resident visa. It's a skilled nominated visa. So you must express your interest and be nominated by state or territory. Any state in Australia or territory in Australia must nominate you. The first requirement is that you must do skill assessment and have a positive skill assessment. And the cost for this visa is 4,640 Australian dollars. Yes. Okay, you must pass your skill assessment for you to go for this visa, and you will pay for your skill assessment. That is the requirement. Okay, add it to your cost of visa and voila, you get your total cost. Another visa we want to talk about is visa 189. It is a permanent resident visa, independent visa, and there is skill assessment. Once you find the cost of your skill assessment, you add it to the cost of the visa and voila, this is it. Visa 189 is another permanent resident you can shoot from offshore. It is independent. You do not need any state or territory to nominate you. However, you must express your interest. Okay, it has 3 streams. Okay, and one requirement that you cannot go away with is skill assessment. You must be less than 45 years, just like every other visa. You don't need to be nominated, but you must be invited by the federal government to apply. Okay, so you do expression of interest, you wait for you to be invited to apply, and the cost is 4,640, just like others. Okay, another visa we want to talk about is visa 491 or visa 491. Very dear. Okay, one of the easiest visa you can use to come to Australia today, I'm telling you, is a temporary resident visa. It also involves skill assessment. So once you find the cost of your skill assessment, you find the cost of the visa, you add them together, and that is it. All right, visa 149 is skill work regional provisional. It is state or territory nominated visa, and yeah, you must express your interest and be nominated to apply. Okay, they will invite you to apply. The cost of this visa is 4,640 Australian dollars. It's like similar with others. So you see skill occupation list. Your occupation must be in the skill occupation list, just like every other visa, and there must be skill assessment. Okay, so first of all, you go find your occupation, you do your skill assessment, you apply for this visa, and the cost is 4,640 Australian dollars. Okay, and voila, you are good to go. Okay, all right, so now I'm going to show you how to find your occupation and the cost for your skill assessment, so that you can add it up to the cost of the visa and you get your total cost of visa. Okay, so when you ask how much is Australia work visa, you need to add 2 things together: skill assessment and the cost of visa. All right, so let me show you how to find this thing, and so we can calculate. Okay, All right, so you head to Google and search skill occupation list Australia. You come to the Department of Home Affairs. So this is the skill occupation list. You can go through it, go down. Let's see if I can see something that we can use as an example. Okay, yeah, all right, so we can actually use something. Okay, I think I found something. Advertising manager. Yes, we can use something like advertising manager. All you need is to go and search your occupation here. Search your occupation, don't select the visa. Whatever you type, you check. For example, if I'm searching for primary school teacher, I can just write primary, or I will say teacher and see if it will come out, or primary, or whatever. Okay, you write it and you go find it. You search it and find it. Don't select any visa, so that will be able to tell you what the visa you're qualified. So advertising manager is IML, is assessing authority. Click on that, click on the assessing authority. So that is it. You go to skill assessment page for your assessing authority. Okay, once you find it, you go to the skill assessment guide and look for the cost. Remember, what we are doing today is to find the cost for skill assessment. We are not going to read all the guides. Okay, where is the cost? That's what we are searching in the guide. Okay, once we find the cost, we know how much it's going to cost us. I think we have found it. So fees and time stream. So how much is that? So there is cost for people that live in Australia for is higher. If you live outside of Australia, 750. If you live in Australia, is 8 something. Okay, if you are doing express, you have to add 220, or yeah, thereabouts. So let's assume that is 750. That is the cost for me to do my skill assessments as an advertising manager. Then I want to do visa 491, which is 4,660. I will add the two together and get to the cost of my visa, 5,219 Australian dollars. All right, so now you know how much it will cost you to migrate to Australia. You can do your savings and know when you are ready to shoot. All right, okay, that brings us to the end of this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and like my video. Thank you. Share my video. Many people want to know how much it will cost them to come to Australia. Okay, all right, thank you. See you in my next video. Bye.